Hello, welcome back to another video from the OX5 property blog. So this is the Q2 review for the sales side of the property market in Kidlington and the surrounding area. Today we've got Robert with us. He's the sales director at Alistair Redhouse Estate Agents. He's dived into the statistics for the local community and has some very interesting numbers for us. So Robert, over to you. What's been going on locally in this last quarter?
Well, just very quickly, all the stats that we're going through, majority of them have come from Rightmove.
Right.
So that's just the source of the data.
And this is not publicly available information. This is data
from
our rep.
This has come from our Rightmove rep. So it's information that we, very lucky as agents, get to take. So in looking at the overall market and what's currently on the market and how the market's been as it progressed in the last year or so. When we look at the stock that's on the market, in Q2 of last year, we saw there was about 191 properties available for sale. That's just in OX5. We're not looking at the broader Oxfordshire or anything else. Sure. That would be
but that's not Kidlington. That's also Kirtlington,
Tackley, every OX5. Yeah, exactly. Now, when we compare that to Q2 of this year, we've actually seen that there's been a slight drop to 179 properties on the market. So it's a drop of about 8%, just over.
Okay, so 8% drop in terms of listings, properties available.
Yes.
Possibly due to Brexit, would you say, that sort of thing?
Possibly. It's quite a difficult number to quantify, in that when you look at, if there's 12 properties-ish that are fewer this year than last, you spread that over those 4 agents that are in Kidlington plus the subsidiaries. It's not actually a massive drop in stock that are actually on the market.
That's interesting.
Only ever so slightly, really.
And has it affected the prices at all? Because obviously fewer houses generally means it's a supply and demand driven market. Yeah. So if there are less houses on the market and the same level of buyers, then that translates into higher prices. Has that happened at all?
It has, yes. So what we've seen, again, this is asking prices via Rightmove. So these aren't sale prices. These are asking prices. When we look at Q2 last year, it was 425,000.
That's interesting.
Of average asking prices across, again, OX5.
Yeah.
We look at that for Q2 of this year, and that's gone up to 497,000.
That's a huge increase.
A huge increase in the asking price.
Which is interesting because we're not, on the ground, seeing that sort of level of activity, and we're seeing a lot of price reductions and that sort of thing. So this is the initial listing price.
So when it comes to the actual sale price, we won't know that yet for another 3 months when the land registry update their data to actually what the sale prices have been in Q2 of this year.
So that'd be a very interesting thing for the Q3 review, is to actually, we'll have a look at the land registry data for Q2 this year versus Q2 last year, and we'll update you on that to see what the real terms change has been, and that would be fascinating to see whether that's going to be up or down, because there does seem to be a lot of pressure on the housing stock locally. Buyers are very conservative about offers that are being made, and sellers, to try and increase activity, are pulling the biggest lever they can pull, which is the price reduction to get things moving. So that's useful and interesting information.
No, definitely.
Anything else in terms of activity generally?
So activity generally, when we're looking at applicant registrations, I think this is quite vital to obviously trying to sell properties. We need to know how many people are actually out there looking. Now we can only really look at our data in branch from Alistair Redhouse as to how many people are actually registering, because we don't have the data from everyone else. But we've seen in area that there's been a decrease of about 7% in applicant registrations year on year. So when we look at Q2 this year to last year, which is quite interesting that people have come down ever so slightly. On the flip side of that, it hasn't done too much to the actual sales that are going through. So we're still seeing that across OX5 as a whole, sales themselves are up by 10%.
Wow.
And we're certainly seeing that as well at Alistair Redhouse.
Yeah.
There's been a lot more sales this year than there have been last year.
Which I think is fascinating, to be quite honest, because if you've got fewer buyers but the same level of sales, that tends to imply that the quality of those buyers, the people who are looking, they actually need to take action. They're people who are, it's like a Christmas market, you know, the
Yeah.
person who views on the 22nd of December, that's a person that really is in the market to buy. And so I suppose we're seeing less time wasters, basically less speculative viewings.
Less speculative viewings.
Yeah.
You know, people that are seriously looking to buy houses. And this might be, you know, last year as a whole wasn't a fantastic year for house buying and selling. There may have been, and it may be that there's just a lot of people that were holding their breath, waiting to
We had
see
actual
what's...
Brexit last year, the vote and things last year as well.
2016, yeah. It was there was a lot of hangover from that, really. And I think now we're seeing a lot more people actively trying to buy property.
Yeah.
Because they need to.
Yeah.
Because they waited a little bit longer.
Absolutely right. Well, no, that's really,
So
really
it's
interesting.
quite
So
fascinating.
I think the next quarter is going to be very, very telling about how the market's going, the general direction of the market, and we'll compare quarter three directly to quarter two to see how things have moved in terms of viewing and sale activity. Because I think that'll be a good indicator of times to come as we get closer to the scary Brexit date. But I think that's a wrap then, unless you've got anything else you want to add.
No, nothing at all. I think that's pretty much quarter two. It'll be interesting, as you say, to come back to the quarter two sale prices, actual real world sale prices in quarter three.
In the next video.
And we can see from there.
That's really cool. Well, look, if anyone's got any questions, if you want to reach out to us, contact us. Obviously, we've got our Facebook page, which is monitored regularly. We've got comments below as well on this video, on the vlog. So please do reach out to us. Like I said, we'll be happy to answer any questions you've got. So thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.